Welcome back all of you to our online platform, that is our school's YouTube channel. So again we are ready with today's video. This video is for class 9th and the subject is science, and we are continuing the same chapter, that is chapter number 10, and the name of the chapter is gravitation. As you all know that we are proceeding the exercise given at the end of your chapter, and we have completed up to question number 14. So today we will proceed question number 15, and first of all we are supposed to read the question. A stone is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of 40 meter per second. meter per second. So one stone is there which is projected upward direction with the velocity, initial velocity 40 meter per second. Taking g as 10 meter per second square, find the maximum height reached by the stone. First thing is we have to find the maximum height. Suppose that ball reaches here, the h maximum, that is h maximum. At maximum height, after reaching the maximum height, the ball will come in the downward direction. So after reaching the maximum height, the velocity of the ball becomes 0. So v will be 0 here, and when the ball is thrown in the upward direction, its velocity will become 0, means the value of g is negative, because the g is always towards the center of the earth. So here the value of g will be minus 10 meter per second square. So here what is given, that u is equals to 40 meter per second, the value of g, that is minus 10 meter per second square. Why this is negative, we will mention the reason for that. For upward motion, we are supposed to take the value of g negative, and at maximum height the v will be 0. We have to find h. So we will take the third equation of free fall, that is 2g h is equals to v square minus u square. 2g is 2 into minus 10 into h is equals to v square, means 0 square minus 40 square. So from here we can calculate h. H will be minus 40 into 40 upon minus 2 into 10. So minus will cancel out minus, and 0 will cancel out 0, and 2 to 4, and h will be 80 meters. So when a ball or a stone, whatsoever it is given in the question, a stone is thrown with initial velocity 40 meter per second in the upward direction, it will reach the height of 80 meters, and after reaching the height of 80 meters it will come back. So the second part is also given there. First one is find the maximum height reached by the stone. What is the net displacement and the total distance covered by the stone? So here we have to find the displacement and net displacement and total distance. So the stone was thrown from here, and after reaching the height of 80 meters it will come back to the same position, means the initial point and the final point is same. So there will be 0 displacement. At the same time, the distance covered, when it is thrown from here, it will cover 80 meters in the upward direction and 80 meters in the downward direction. 80 plus 80, upwards it is plus 80, downwards it is minus 80, but distance is a scalar quantity, so direction does not mean anything. So 80 meters in the upward direction and 80 meters in the downward direction, that becomes 80 plus 80, and that is 160 meters. That is a difference between the displacement and the distance. So this was question number 15. Now at the same time we will discuss the next question. As I am rubbing the board, at the same time you can read the question number 16, what kind of information is given in that question. First of all, we will read the question. Calculate the force of gravitation between the earth and the sun, given that the mass of the earth is 6 into 10 raised to the power 24 and that of sun is 2 into 10 raised to the power 30. The average distance between the two is 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 11 meters. It is given that the mass of the earth, mass of the sun and the distance between their centers. So mass of the earth we know that is 6 into 10 raised to the power 24 kilogram, and mass of the sun is given 2 into 10 raised to the power 30 kilogram, and distance is given 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 11 meters. So we have to find the force between the earth and the sun, and for that we are having the formula. Force is equals to G me into ms upon r square. From here we are supposed to substitute the values. The value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 into me, mass of the earth, that is 6 into 10 raised to the power 24, mass of the sun, that is 2 into 10 raised to the power 30, upon r square means 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 11 into 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 11. So from here we will segregate the decimal term. 6.67 into 6 into 2 upon 1.5 into 1.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 into 10 raised to the power 24 into 10 raised to the power 30 upon 10 raised to the power minus 20 plus 10 raised to the power 11 into 10 raised to the power 11. So here the bases are same. So what we will do? We will add these two powers, means this will become 24 plus 30, and here it will become 11 plus 11, 24 plus 30, that will become 54, and this will become 22. Now after that 6.67 into 10 raised to into 6 into 2 upon 1.5 into 1.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 into 10 raised to the power 54 into 10 raised to the power. This, if we move upward, the sign of the power will be reverse. So after that we can write 6.67 into 12 upon 1.5 into 1.5, 2.25 into 10 raised to the power now minus 33 and plus 54, that is 21. So power will be 21. If we solve that, that will become 35.6 and 10 raised to the power 21. Now we are supposed to write in the standard form. So the decimal we are supposed to settle 3.56 into 10 raised to the power 22 Newton. This calculation you can check. You can calculate that 6.67 into 10 into 12 upon 2.25, you will get 35.6, and we are supposed to write the answer in the standard form, means after first digit from the left we are supposed to place the decimal and we are supposed to settle here the powers. So this is the answer for question number 16. So like this you are supposed to proceed the questions given in the exercise. So at the same time we can discuss one more question, that is question number 17. In question number 17, a stone is allowed to fall from the top of a tower 100-meter high, and at the same time one another stone is projected vertically upward from the ground with a velocity of 25 meter per second. Calculate when and where the two stones will meet. So two stones are there. One is dropped from the top of a building with dropped means initial velocity is 0, and for the stone which is thrown in vertically upward direction, their velocity is given u is equals to 25 meter per second. Total height is 100 meter. Suppose at this height the stones meet, suppose this is small h and this is capital H. So let this be stone A and this be stone B. For stone A, it is coming towards the earth. So here the for this G will be 10 meter per second square, and for this G will be minus 10 meter per second square. If an object is going in the upward direction away from the earth, then it will be the value of G will be negative, and when it is falling, then the value of G will be positive. For A, we can find out the distance covered h 2gh. 2gh will be equals to v square minus u square. That we cannot use. We are supposed to use the second equation of free fall, that is s is equals to ut, or here free fall we will take h. H is equals to ut plus half g t square. So here h is h and u is 0, so that is 0 into t plus half into g, that is 10 into t square. So from here we get h is equals to 5 t square. That is equation first. Similarly, for stone B, for B we are taking h is equals to ut, u means 25 into t, and that will be plus half gt square. Half g is minus 10 t square, so h will be 25 t plus minus 5 t square, that is equation second. And we know that h plus h is equals to 100. H plus h will be total, so h plus h. So we can substitute the values, that is 5 t square plus 25 t plus that is minus 5 t square minus 5 t square is equals to 100 plus 5 t square cancel out, minus 5 t square from here, t is equals to 100 upon 25, and from here we get t is equals to 4 seconds. Means after 4 seconds the stone will meet and stone will be at the same position. So after 4 minutes that stone will be here and that stone will be here only at the same height. What will be the distance covered at that time? So from here we can find out h is equals to 5 t square, means 5 t square, t means 4, 5 into 4 into 4, that is 5 4 ja 20, 24 ja 80 meters, means this is 80 meters, and from here that will be remaining 20 meters. Means after 4 seconds the stone will be at the same position, and that position will be 80 meters from the top or 20 meters from the ground. So like this we are supposed to proceed the questions. I hope that you have understood, and first of all you are supposed to repeat the questions which we have done today in this video, and afterwards you are supposed to try the remaining questions. If you are having any problem or if you are having some doubts, then you can message us or you can even call us. We can include your doubts in the next video so that you can easily clear your doubts and you can proceed the questions given in the exercise easily. So after completing the questions, you are supposed to take the pic of that and you are supposed to upload on the school's WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.